"The school is not quite deserted," said the ghost. "A solitary child, neglected by his friends, is left there still." Scrooge said he knew it, and he sobbed. They went, the ghost and Scrooge, across the hall to a door at the back of the house. It opened before them and disclosed a long, bare, melancholy room, made barer still by lines of plain deal forms and desks. At one of these, a lonely boy was reading near a feeble fire, and Scrooge sat down upon a form and wept to see his poor, forgotten self as he used to be. Scrooge is visited by the ghost of Christmas past and is taken back to scenes from his childhood. We discover that he was often alone as a boy, left at his boarding school during the holidays by a harsh, uncaring father. Scrooge has a younger sister, Fan, whom he loves and who loves him very much. Sadly, Fan dies young, leaving behind her son Fred, Scrooge's nephew. As we 21st century readers consider the story of Scrooge, we realise he is someone who has had a very unhappy childhood and has experienced much loss. We would probably say he suffered neglect as a child. As a result, he finds it too frightening to rely on other people who might die or might reject him. Money is a much more reliable companion, and it takes the place of everyone else. The coming of the spirits helps Scrooge to face up to the pain in his past and then move beyond it. The world can be a frightening and lonely place, especially if we don't have good family relationships or if our families suffer great tragedy. We all have different ways of coping with life's difficulties. Some of us might use money like Scrooge, or substances like alcohol to help us cope with our pain and fear. Others find healthier ways of dealing with it, such as counselling, medication, or simply talking with friends to deal with past trauma. Christmas can be a particularly difficult time for people who are carrying deep sorrow. At Christmas time, Christians celebrate the coming into the world of the Son of God as a human baby. We call this the Incarnation. In Jesus, God learned what it was to be human, with all its joys and all its pain. God is no stranger to sorrow. He comes to earth to share our pain.